Beyond the main plot, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 offers a ton of activities, such as fulfilling the game's numerous side objectives and locating a ton of treasures. While some side missions consist of easy activities that players can do via the FNSim app, others, like The Flame, offer more in-depth, profound narratives. Playable as Peter Parker, The Flame is a set of side missions in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. The first is presented quite early in the main narrative, however the last assignment isn't made available until the story is almost over. Even though it's an exciting plot that features the return of a well-known character, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 appears to be getting DLC featuring one of the most recognizable villains in Spider-Man history. After players finish the main story task, Amends, they can access the first of the Flame side missions. Then, Chief Clark of the New York City Fire Department will get in touch with Spider-Man and ask him to help save a few of his colleagues from a crumbling building that is packed with sand. In order to give the recovery team the advantage in saving the Chief's firefighters, Spider-Man sends one of his Spider-Bots inside to locate each of them. Using his Spider-Bot, Spider-Man navigates the collapsing structure, marking the locations of each firefighter along the way. However, he soon learns that Chief Clark is ignorant of one other survivor who has not yet been located. Spider-Man keeps going farther and further inside the structure until he finally comes onto a cult discussing the Flame and trying to mark a deserter. A fight breaks out as Spider-Man then breaks through the neighboring window. Soon after the fight, Yuri appears wearing a purple outfit and helps Spider-Man before exposing her true identity as Wraith. She has been following the cultists for some time. They seem to be quite interested in the Crimson Hour. Then she and Spider-Man decide to work together to find the leader of the cult. Through an image projected on the wall, the cult boss exposes himself to be the Flame and a person Yuri has previously interacted with as they break into one of the group's hideouts. Though she had always assumed him to be the Flame, she was unsure until she saw him. The Flame's last remarks are the main indicator that Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will get the Carnage DLC, but there are additional hints that also seem to point in that direction. The Flame is most likely Cletus Kasady, a psychotic villain in the Spider-Man world best known for his insane behavior and his usage of the symbiote to change into one of Spider-Man's most recognizable villains, Carnage. Even if he never tells the two heroes his name. Carnage is portrayed as the progeny of the Venom symbiote in the comics, and although it is similar to Venom in several aspects, it is also very different from it. Because of the psychotic inclinations of Cletus Kasady, the serial killer who hosts Carnage, the show is far more violent and chaotic than Venom. Similar to Venom, Carnage can shapeshift into any object at will and has increased strength and speed. On the other hand, Carnage is usually portrayed as being more strong and uncontrollable than Venom. The Flame's debut in The Flame is another hint towards the Carnage DLC. Even though Cletus Kasady has never set fire to anything before, his fiery red hair goes well with his demeanor and image. Additionally, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 sets the scene for Carnage with the cult of the Flame, since he is canonically recognized for either being a part of or worshipped by a cult. Carnage might be one of the primary antagonists in Marvel's Spider-Man 3, but that is extremely doubtful. It wouldn't make sense to move the plot of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 to the next installment since Carnage needs the symbiote that the tale was centered around. It seems more likely that Insomniac will release DLC for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 where the main antagonists will be Cletus Kasady and Carnage. Additionally, as Peter took a leave of absence at the conclusion of Marvel's Spider-Man 2, gamers will be facing Carnage as Miles. While Insomniac has not yet confirmed the availability of this DLC, it is hard to argue against it in the long run.
In their apartments, their houses, walking the streets, ignoring the signs that we all see. The visions that we know are infallible.
Hear you?
God, sick of me around such ignorance and
The Fool's Beacon?
beacon after tonight.
The Fool's Beacon.
After tonight.
There's a spider above us!
The Fool's Beacon has arrived!
The full beacon is finally showing its face! Wonderful! You almost had me thinking my prophecy would come true. Oh, now, enjoy your failure!
sec while I defuse these bombs? It's hard to focus on two things at once!
He does not win today. You know this. All the destiny to stop him. Do it. Show the fool's beacon. What will happen to the unworthy?
Way too late to try to evacuate everyone. That rooftop bomb alone could take out the entire apartment building.
Spider.
Ember's luck! The fool's beacon!
There is always difficulty in bringing forth the light of earth. And your feeling is how many win. We can take it. Harness it. Wield it like the weapon it is.
Okay, how many bombs are left?
Why are the bombs going offline?
Great. Yuri. I take it you haven't changed your mind!
About saving lives? No! You?
Nope! Still not a fan of killing people!
No further I want her to see. All in glory.
How many bombs are left?
I don't know! I disarmed 4 of them, but there may be more!
Preparing to fire!
Stop holding back! And you have to lay waste this entire neighborhood to burn these two! Do it!
It sounds like all this is the start of their Crimson Hour!
Good thing I'm stopping it then!
The unworthy are laughing at you, my emperor! Laughing! What are you going to do about it?
Checked the area earlier. I couldn't find where the flame is shot.
We can find him together when we're done here!
You can look for my item. Rick stole it at the hospital.
My embers! None of you will be worthy until you snap these two!
I don't think. Something's off. Tonight's what the flame's been waiting for. He should be here.
If you're going to leave, just leave!
After we're done here and I find him, you stay out of my way.
Not a chance! This doesn't have to get ugly again!
Apparently it does.
Trust the flame, Wraith! Everything burns!
I was hoping for a harder test, Ray.
Did we do it? Did we actually do it? Oh, tell me. It's gonna hit the tankers.
You've stopped trains before, right?
No brakes. Great. It's not working! Got any ideas?
derail it!
How are we supposed to do that? Believe we're doing this?
Really?
Last shot! Guess you're gonna have to make up a new prophecy.
Before you and I met, one of my embers told me about his work at Oscorp and this treatment that they had discovered. Who cares, right? A fancy suit that can make you big and strong is just another case of the unworthy trying to cheat death and play God. That's what I thought too. But when devils attacked the city, like I prophesied, and Oscorp sent out some of this treatment for safekeeping. I knew it was meant for me.
That's what all this was for.
And when the crimson hour rolls over this earth, it shall bring truth, judgment, and carnage.
He's gone. He'll go underground just like last time, but I'll find him.
You could have killed him, but you saved me instead.
I told you, I'm trying to save the most lives. And you still do that pretty well. You gonna turn me in now? I'll let you know when I find him.
The Flame wanted that train derailed, so he could get a symbiote. At least we stopped him from taking innocent lives in the process. Hey, Yuri. Do you want help tracking down the Flame?
Thanks, but I need some time to myself. Besides, we've taken down a good chunk of his operation, so he'll be going back to the drawing board. I'll start checking his old aliases. Archie Abel, Walter Wackman, Cletus Kasady. But this could take months, maybe even years.
I'll be ready when you've got something.
Thanks.
I couldn't turn her in after she saved me. Maybe I